up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superman. Yes, Superman. So yeah, now I'm going to talking to you about why Superman is my favorite uh, character of the comic series, and why I consider it, well, the best maybe, and why most of his values are important, not just for me or for you, but for the society in general. um, yeah, so this is what we're talking about here. And first I'm going to talk about a little bit of the story of Superman, uh, how he has been created, by who, and another things that I hope you find it interesting. Okay. With that said, let's begin with the story of the creation of Superman. Superman is a fictional superhero who first appeared in American comic books published by DC Comics or Detective Comics. The character was originally created by the writer, sorry, Jerry Siegel, and the Canadian artist, he's who made the role of Superman, Joe Shelter, in 1933, when they were both live in Cleveland, in Ohio. Um, they were very close friends, so they created this story, this character. Uh, he was sold to Detective Comics or DC Comics in 1938 for $130, and the character's first appearance in the editorial of DC Comics was published in Action Comics number 1 in June of 1938. Actually, that the Action Comics number 1 is the most expensive comic for, well, the collectionists. And yeah, okay, let's continue with the story. A major or significant modification of the character Superman occurred in 1986 when the new author, John Byrne, modernized and made a massive, well, the term is retcon, but it's like a change of the story and the background of the character. Uh, and what happened in this retcon? Well, they have been reducing Superman's powers and removing various characters from the canon of the history in a strategy that garnered much media attention. Okay, the media was interested now in the character of Superman, and it reappeared in the press in 1990s, in the 90s. Okay, when DC Comics published the one of the most important comics in the history, not just of Superman, but the comics in general, called The Death of Superman. A story which the character uh, will die uh, at the hands of one of his worst enemies named Doomsday, and was later revived. Um, Another thing about this comic, The Death of the Superman, is that, like I said before, uh, the media has very attention of uh, this comic that was also appeared in the television, in the news, like, hey, Superman is dead. And that's the first uh, Yeah, that's the first superhero who appears literally in real life uh, that he's dead, and that's a huge. That's huge. Okay. Um, well, with that in mind, Superman has been fascinated to, well, scholars and cultural theses. Commenters and critics alike have explored the character's, well, the impact that he has in the society, and the role in the United States, well, and around the world, because not just in the United States, Superman was a figure that was around the world. Uh, oh, one thing that is important to mention is that the Great Depression was one of the factors that influenced the early Superman stories. The perspective of Chaucer and Siegel with uh, leftist tendencies is reflected in the first arguments where Superman take a role of as a social activist, some kind of social activist, fighting against, well, dishonest uh, businessmen and politicians. He was one of a kind of a patriot, like, I don't know, Captain America, and, well, yeah, I think Captain America is like the patriot one. I mean, he has the American flag in his chest. Nothing. So, well, with that in mind, again, we can say that Superman is an archetypical hero who were more closely resembles a deity than a man himself. I mean, he's Superman, but he's more like a god than a man. Okay, and he thinks well of all the people, even the worst, like his villains and Lex Luthor. I mean, yeah, he fight with him uh, very much times, but he doesn't hate him. I mean, he tries to help and, well, stop it more than kill him. I mean, he can kill him. I mean, he's Superman. He's like a god, but he don't kill. Okay, that's important. Uh, with that in mind, we could think maybe that his philosophy is outdated and that he is a character without depth. Okay, let's talk of this more, more precisely. Okay, let's think about this. If you had all the powers of Superman, would you be the same persons you are now? Hmm? Will you have, I don't know, time to pay attention to others? Like, I don't know, put a cat down of a tree, maybe? Help a granny to cross the road? Huh? Would you let someone hurt you as not to hurt him? Like he's working in the Daily Planet and he was constantly pushed out by his boss. I mean, he can break his neck easily, but he doesn't do that, okay? With that in mind, let's be honest. The truth is, no. No, we're not the same person if we have all the powers of Superman. The first thing we will say is that we are not at this level to waste time. I mean, I'm a god. Why I will be lose my time with little things? Why? I have all. I have all in my reach. I can do everything. Okay, first of all, sorry if it seems like the video was cut, and that's because indeed it was cut. I mean, I reached the limit of the memory of my cell phone, and it's a bit difficult. Okay, so continuing with the question about would you be the same person as you are now if you have all the Superman powers? No. Why? Well, we cannot always do good. Am I right? We cannot always do the good thing. I mean, without powers, it is difficult, right? Do the good thing. And now imagine having everything, having all the power in your hands. Okay? And that's when I understand the importance and the weight it has within society. This figure of the Superman. I mean, think about it. Superman is an alien from the planet Krypton with a human heart. Sounds kind of tricky, no? An alien with a human heart. And that's the very essence of Superman. He wants to be a human after all. He wants to help everybody. Okay? And that represents what we should aspire to be. I mean, when other comic characters want to turn dark and morally gray, like I don't know, the Punisher, Deadpool, uh, even Batman, to be more interesting, help even with ourselves. I mean, when we are more apathic, when we are more and more apathic, all this moral stuff seems to be full. Am I right? And when apathy reigns everywhere, it is good to know that there will always be this hero who is a paragon of all that is good in humanity. Because that is Superman. Superman is humanity. He's unshakable, and that is not, again, someone would we feel identified. We cannot feel identified with Superman. Why would we? I mean, he's a god. He must be someone we aspire to be. Again, just another little ad. In an interview with Jimmy Carter, he was the 39th president of the United States. He was asked what Superman represents to him, and his answer was that he was a friend. A friend. He's not a hero. He's a friend. And that's huge. He mentioned how insecurity and other factors relegated kindness to the bottom. And I'm not gonna lie, that's very. We can see that in the present day. Am I right? And that's the heart of Superman. The heart of Superman, okay? His symbol was the genius love for people and always knowing that he is your friend. I insist that the figure of Superman was huge, not just for the pop culture. It is huge for all of us. He is someone that we aspire to be because in your most dark moments, you can ask yourself, what will Superman do? And with that in mind, I end this video. I hope you like it, and I see you next time. Always be better. Always be better.